And remember the magic word? Vulnerable. That means I'm taking my defenses down. My defenses, I'm fine, I'm so fine. Okay. Actually, I'm sad and embarrassed and afraid. Okay. And then the love can get in. Okay? But you have to, God will not force you. You actually have to drop the defenses and invite love in. And then love comes in easily. So, this is your chance to make a wish. And your wish will be granted. And you can thank me, but really you're going to grant the wish to yourself. What would you like to heal? If you could pick one thing in this session to improve, where would you like to take the magic wand of this tool and start your practice? Any subject, spirituality, sexuality, your digestion, how you feel about a relative, how you feel about yourself. Do not try to change your entire life in one tapping session. Just pick one small area to focus. Just like we don't try to clean the house all in 1 minute, in the whole house. We start where we're standing. We say, this room right here, this piece, I'll wash the dishes. Okay? Pick your subject. Now I want you to ask yourself, how intense is this issue for you? From 1, meaning, pick a different issue, if it's just a 1, to 10, which is like, it's about to kill me. I can't take much more. It's a 10, it's max. You may not feel the full intensity right now because you're sitting here, but you know that if the right person said something or the right circumstance happened, it would be like it was the last time you left it, yeah? Now we're going to begin tapping. I'm going to ask you some questions. You're going to answer the questions for yourself. I'm going to give you some words to say because that opens up the memory banks and the brain tissue and the body, where these memories are also stored, not just in the brain, but in the body. And your cells will get some empathy and love and attention, which will begin to release the energy that's been trapped in your body and your mind. I'm going to warn you that for some people, they feel physical sensations, they feel tingling. Some people feel kundalini. Some people feel a pain move through their body. Some people feel tears. This is a safe place to cry. You've seen me cry 100 times since I've been here. Totally safe. Okay? And I know it's not done, but we're going to do it anyway because we need to purify our emotional body, to release. It may come through tears, it may come through electricity, it may come through yawning. It's not rude. For many people, this is the way many people process this work, is yawning and yawning and yawning. Sometimes it makes you burp. Like, bleh. Okay? Let it happen. If you feel very sleepy, I'll ask you to stand up and go to the side so that you can stay present, because some people, the pattern is so thick that it makes you want to pass out, so that you can avoid touching that place. And we're going to touch it with our love. So you get what you came here for. Okay? Let your body be natural. That's one thing I really like about India, is that you are more comfortable with the natural body processes, and it's less embarrassing. Okay, here we go. Massage the front of the chest, feeling around for a sore spot. Big deep breath. Thinking about your issue. And I'm going to give you some words to repeat. And if the words don't fit your issue, you change them and you say what is true for you. Okay? Even if it's the opposite of what I'm saying. Repeat after me. Even though I have this issue, this problem, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the eyebrows. This issue bothers me. Tap your temples. This issue really bothers me. Tap the front of your cheeks and breathe. Tap under your nose and tune in to how much this issue bothers you. Tapping under the lips. This issue really bothers me. Tap the chest and breathe. Tap the front of the ribs. This issue is painful. This issue is difficult. Big deep breath. Tap the inside of the wrist on the wrist bone. This issue makes me angry. Is it true? Do you have some anger about this? Big breath. Tapping the side of the thumb. This angry feeling. I feel angry when I think about this. Big deep breath. How much anger is there? From 1 to 10, how angry are you secretly? Huh? 9. Whew. 10. Head's about to come off. 8. Tap the index finger. This anger in my body. I don't want anyone to know it's here. I don't want anyone to see it. I'm hiding it behind my smile. I'm not angry. Don't talk to me. Tap the middle finger. I love and accept myself. Even if I'm secretly angry about this. And I never forgive. And go, never forgive. Big breath. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. A part of me wants to keep this anger. Let's say it again. A part of me wants to keep this anger. Because it makes me feel protected. It makes me feel strong. It makes me feel right. Tap your little finger and breathe. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Even if I stay angry for the rest of my life, and I never forgive myself or the other people involved. Tap the side of your hand, breathe, and make some sound. Ah. I'm so angry. Part of me feels rage. Makes me want to scream. Big breath. And I just have to say, you're doing a very good job of being more vulnerable. Thank you. I can really feel the difference. I appreciate it. Makes my work a lot easier. Tap the top of the head. This angry feeling. Big deep breath. So see if you can feel the anger in your body about this issue. What are you angry about? Describe it to yourself in your own mind. Focus on why you're angry. Tap the eyebrows. It's not fair. Tap the temples. It's not fair. Tap the front of the cheeks. So not fair. Big breath, make some sound. Tapping under the nose. I want justice. Tapping under the lips. I want to be acknowledged. Tap the chest. I want an apology from someone. And think about who that is. Do you want to apologize to yourself? Do you want your mother or your father, your sister, your mother-in-law, your brother-in-law, your uncle, your auntie, your friend, your husband, your wife? Who do you want this apology from? Tap the front of the ribs. I'm waiting for my apology. And I'm trying to do the head thing. Is it working? Okay. Tap the side of the ribs. I'm waiting for my apology. Big breath. Tap the inside of the wrist. When will I get my apology? Good. Will you tap on this one and see if he wants to play with us? Hey, do you want to play? Do you want to do this? Come. I came a long way to find you. Tap the side of the thumb. This angry feeling. Big breath. Tap the index finger. I'm not allowed to show my anger. It's not nice. Big breath, make some sound. Being angry isn't spiritual. Tap your middle finger, breathe, and make an angry sound. That's good. Now you're healing. Tap the side of the bottom of your fourth finger. Tune into your anger about this issue and see if you can still feel it. What's happening? I'm hearing it's gone. I'm hearing, oh, it's actually sadness underneath the anger. The anger was just protecting my heart. Okay. Big breath. I'm really sad. Tap your little finger. This sadness. I'm so heartbroken. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the side of the hand. This sad feeling. Where do you feel this sadness in your body about this issue? So think about the issue. See where the sadness lives in your body. Shout it out. Where do you feel it? My heart, my chest. Do you feel it in your breath as well? It's hard to breathe when you have this heavy weight of sadness in your chest. Tap the top of the head. This sadness in my chest. I feel it in my eyes, in my heart, in my breath. Tap the eyebrows and breathe and make some sound. And tap the temples. This sadness. All this sadness. Make a sad sound. I'm tapping under the nose. I love and accept myself. Tapping under the lips, even with the sadness that I'm afraid to show. Not allowed to show my tears. I have to be strong. Tap the chest and breathe. It's not strong to cry. Let's check and see if that's really true. Is it true that it's not strong to cry? It actually makes you stronger. Do you see how much I cry, you guys? Do you think I'm strong? Probably. Tap the front of the ribs. This remaining sadness, these hidden tears, these silent tears. Tap the side of the ribs. You can tap this way or like this, but it's harder for me, so I'm tapping this way. This sadness, hiding my grief. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the inside of the wrist. This remaining grief. Big deep breath, make some sound. I've been crying on the inside and angry on the outside. Crying on the inside, angry on the outside. Tap your index finger and breathe. Tune into the sadness about this issue. See if you can still feel the sadness. What's happening? Say it loud so I can hear you. It's reduced in 2 minutes of acknowledgement, maybe less. Have you been sad longer than 2 minutes? Is it worth your time then to do this? Tap your middle finger. How long have you been sad about this issue? Years. And in 2 minutes, the sadness is reduced. Congratulations. Let's see what else we can do. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I accept this remaining sadness. Say it loud like you mean it. I accept this remaining sadness. Yes, I did come back to you because I love you. You came here, so I'm coming to you. Tap your little finger. This remaining sadness. This is a spiritual practice to accept your feelings. If you can accept it, you will transcend it. So I want you to accept these feelings. Tune into the remaining sadness. How strong is it? What number would you give it? 2. What was it before? It was a 9. Broken heart to pretty okay. Tap this side of the hand. I'm releasing this remaining sadness, even though it's completely justified to stay sad. Because it's a terribly sad situation. I don't need to punish myself or anyone else with this remaining sadness. Big breath, make some sound and release your sadness. Bing. Tap the eyebrows. I love and accept myself. Big breath. Now tapping the temples and tune into your issue. Remember the one we're talking about. How intense is this issue now? Say it really loud so I can hear you. 2. What was it before? 10. How old are you? 11. Nice. Pew. High five. Pew. Spiritual high five. Tap the cheeks. So you can see how useful this is for children. What happens to an 11-year-old person who takes a level 9 issue and turns it into a 2? Does he have to grow up with the trauma inside of him, hiding it for year after year? No. That means he gets to evolve. Very good for children. And that's what we're dealing with here. This issue, tapping under your lips. Even though I still have some pain about this issue, Because I've been blaming who? Think about who you've been blaming. Are you blaming yourself? Most people blame themselves to some degree, yes? Raise your hand if you want to be vulnerable with me right now. Oh, wow. You guys win the prize for vulnerability. So if you've been blaming, it's okay. If you want to stop blaming, you have to acknowledge that you're blaming and bring forgiveness to yourself first for attacking yourself. And then after you've forgiven yourself, you might feel generous enough to forgive the others. Tap the chest. This blame. Secretly blaming, and then I'm going to let you have privacy for this. Secretly blaming, and then you think who? I'm secretly blaming. Say it again in your mind. Tap the front of the ribs. Secretly blaming who? Inside of the wrist. One more chance. Go ahead and blame them all the way now. I blame who? Big breath. Make some sound. Tap the side of the thumb. I'm open to releasing this blame from my body. No matter how justified it is, to continue blaming till the day I die. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the index finger. I can carry this resentment and hold a grudge for the rest of my life if that's what I want to do. Check in and see if that's what you want to do. No. Good choice. Middle finger. I don't want to carry this blame like a heavy stone in my stomach. So I forgive myself now for blaming. And then think about who you're blaming, for blaming yourself, for blaming your mother, your father, the family, God. You might be blaming God. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I love and accept myself. Even with the secret blame that I'm now willing to let go. Breathe and let it go. Tap your little finger. I'm allowing myself to fully release, to get my energy back, to feel divine love. Tap the side of your hand, breathe and make some sound. Tap the top of your head, tuning into your issue again. Your issue as a whole. How intense is your issue now that we worked some blame out? Did that drop it down? Say it loud so I can hear you. So, okay. So you can see your issue had sadness and anger and blame. These are all very natural. Tap the eyebrows. Let's go back in time and clean up the memory involving this. So tap your temple. Say out loud, when did this issue start? When did my problem start? Tap the cheeks, think about it. When did this start? How old were you? Was it last week? Was it last year? How old were you? Loud so I can hear you. 1 year old, 7 years old. Tapping under the lips, even though I've been carrying this pain since I was, how old? Tap the chest. And holding it in my body where? Where is it affecting you? You can guess if you don't know. It's probably where you have chronic tension or pain. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm releasing the energy of what happened. Tap the side of the ribs and breathe. Inside of the wrist, I'm releasing the energy of what happened. Tap the side of the thumb. Think again about what happened. Stay with me. Good. I'm waking you up because some of you are like, oh, and I know it's intense, but you're going to get what you came here for. Even if I have to surprise you, back awake. Tap your index finger. When did this issue start? Think about it. What did you need? Right here. What did you need? Say it out loud. A caring attitude? Safety? You needed to have permission not to be perfect. I needed acknowledgement. I needed to speak my words out. Big breath. Tap your little finger. I'm giving myself what I needed back then. Tap the side of your hand. Now give to this younger version of you what was missing. So close your eyes, keep tapping. And as the person you are now, give to them what was missing. That love, protection, support, caring attitude, a big hug. Maybe you needed someone to come and take you away from there. Big breath. Tapping the top of the head. It's safe to give this to myself now. No matter how long I've waited. Now I want you to apologize to your younger self and say, I'm sorry it took me so long to find you. You're safe now. Please receive my love and protection. Tap the side of the head and the back of the head and breathe. Tap the eyebrows. Tell this younger version of you again, I love you. You didn't deserve to be treated that way. Tap your temples. I understand you. And I'll never abandon you again. Tap the front of your cheeks. Breathe and make some sound. Tapping under the nose. I love and accept myself. Tapping under the lips. Say it again like you actually mean it. I love and accept myself. Tap the chest. Even with this remaining pain and hurt about what happened when I was how old? Tap the front of the ribs. I'm cleaning up the residue that's still in my body, still in my emotions, still in my behavior. Big deep breath. Tap the inside of the wrist. Think about your issue now, the same one we've been working on this whole time. How does it feel now? Raise your hand if you're down to a 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. About 30 people got down to 0. Okay? The rest of us are going to tap a few more minutes. If you've gone to a 0, pick another issue. You get to have a bonus round. Tap your index finger. Even though the part that still bothers me is what? Think about it. What still hasn't been said? Is it some mean words that someone said that are still in your head, if it's a sentence that someone said to you, I want you to repeat those mean words in your head while you tap, because that will take the poison out of them. So say this awful thing to yourself while you bring love to the part of yourself that had to hear that. And if it's not words that someone said to you, then it's a belief that you picked up as a result of what happened. Tap the middle finger. So think about what the negative words or the negative thought is that relates to your issue that we have not talked about yet. Big breath. Think it to yourself now. Keep tapping. Bottom of your fourth finger and breathe. These words. Tap the little finger. This thought. Tap the side of the hand. I believed it. I believed it. It went straight into my mind. Really affected me. Tap the top of the head. Say what that belief or those words are again. Say it in your mind. Tap the eyebrows. I love and accept myself. Let's tap the top of the head again. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Even though I believed these poisonous thoughts. Tap the eyebrows, breathe, and make some sound. Ah, good. Tap the temple. It's safe for me to release this idea and these feelings that come with it. Tap under the nose and breathe. Tapping under the lips. We're almost done, you guys. This is a strong exercise, I know, but it's so worth it to be free. Tap your chest. What would a positive belief be? If you were going to replace this limiting negative belief with something beautiful and supportive, what would you say? I'm safe and protected. What else? Money is good, especially when we use it for the right reasons, yeah? I'm loved. What else? It's okay to think well of myself, to really have confidence in who I am. What else? I'm beautiful. What else? I'm not lazy, is that what you said? I'm becoming lazy. So I've got my eye on you. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm what? I'm being treated fairly. Good. So let's say this positive belief at the same time as we tap our ribs. Shout it out. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's try that again. We're going to shout our positive belief out. No, I left space there for your words. So I'm now going to cover your words with the sound of me going like, rah, 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 rah. So you feel safe to shout something loving to yourself. So let's tap the chest. Think about the new positive belief. A little lizard has come to visit us. Okay, shouting our new positive belief, like, I love myself. 1, 2, 3. That'll do. Tap the front of the ribs. It's safe for me to give myself permission to heal this now. Tap the inside of the wrist and breathe. I'm giving myself a new positive belief called what? You say what it is. Don't be afraid to say something kind to yourself. Sweet family, you say mean things to yourself all day long. You must learn to speak kindly to yourself like you're raising a child. With love. Tap the side of your thumb. Say it again. Let's be brave. Vulnerable. What is the kind thing that you want to program your mind to now listen to and believe? Say it out loud like you mean it. Let's go. I'm what? Boom. Good. What else? I'm a wise woman. What else? I am the best. Again? It's okay not to be perfect. I don't have to be perfect. I'm perfect even in my imperfection. I love myself. One more? I'm there enough. I'm there enough. I'm good enough. Big breath. I'm enough. So let's tune into your issue again. Do you remember that big scary thing that you used to have? How strong is the intensity around this old issue now? Say it out loud. 0, 3, 4, 1, 6. So you feel it going down, right? With maybe your first time really practicing this. If you practice this a bunch more, do you think you would get better at it? Do you think getting vulnerable would feel a little bit safer if you got used to it? Because every time you get vulnerable and you tap and you give yourself love anyway, you get a little treat from God. And you go, oh. So we soon learn to do this. It's like, oh, I get a treat from God. I get nectar from heaven. My body feels less pain. Raise your hand if your body feels different from the tapping. Keep your hand up. Look around the room. This is your family changing their physical bodies with their minds and their love. Okay. So you notice that I don't know what the issue is that you're working on. I didn't ask you your story. You asked you your story. You brought love there. I guided you to where love lives, and you took love and put it right inside with your own intention and your own courage and your vulnerability. You're welcome. It is an honor to serve my family.